A new Wordle puzzle is online. Click on the link to play.
Listening to the following video may give you clues. Please like and share the videos.
International Labor Day. Marches and celebrations around the world. There are many ways to celebrate International Labor Day, and this year, there are some great marches and celebrations happening throughout the world.
Here are some photos of these activities. You might also enjoy these images of May Day in France.
The history of International Labor Day is rich and diverse, but its origins can be traced back to the late 19th century when American workers protested against the severe labor laws and working conditions. In this protest, workers refused to work for long hours, and the police fired upon the nonviolent demonstrators.
Despite this protest, the United States did not recognize an 8-hour workday until 1916. May Day.
May 1st is traditionally marked by demonstrations, strikes, and parades. It was first associated with the labor movement during the early part of the 20th century and was popularized by the Soviet Union.
The holiday has evolved from its pagan roots to become a global celebration of the labor movement. May Day celebrations have become a worldwide celebration of solidarity between workers.
Throughout history, May Day has often been marked with violent protests and protesters. In Havana, Cuba, and Istanbul, Turkey, major demonstrations have been held.
In Venezuela, police and opposition parties have often traded rocks, petrol bombs, and tear gas. It has also been a day for workers across the world to rally for better working conditions and pay.
Historically, the celebration of labor began in the United States in the 19th century. The original holiday dates back to May 1, 1886. When workers began a worldwide strike to demand an 8-hour workday.
In 1886, the Haymarket Affair occurred, resulting in the death of 7 police officers and 4 civilians. In Canada, Labor Day is observed on the first Monday in September.
Thousands of workers, including those from Canada, gather in cities all over the world to mark this special day. May Day celebrations.
As May Day is a day of celebration, people all over the world will be holding a variety of activities to mark the occasion. In many countries, the day is associated with religious beliefs and the Virgin Mary.
However, in some countries, May Day is merely observed as a day off. In Switzerland, cantons like Hildesrieden, Schupfheim, and Muotathal celebrate the day on a traditional basis.
The history of May Day is complicated, but it begins with ancient Greek and Roman celebrations. These cultures celebrated the return of spring by gathering flowers and weaving garlands, dancing around a May tree, and lighting bonfires.
Eventually, the Puritans decried the pagan origins of these celebrations, but some countries continue to celebrate May Day through traditional dancing, music, and bonfires. In other countries, May Day is a day to pay tribute to workers and the achievements they have made.
During the early centuries, the ancient Greeks and Romans celebrated the festival of Flora. Throughout history, many cultures have celebrated May Day, from the maypole dancing to the crowning of a May Queen.
In addition to celebrating the season of May, many countries have adopted their own versions of this traditional celebration. The traditional maypole dance, which was once a popular part of Irish and Scottish festivals, has been revived in some towns.
May Day marches. During the May Day March, there was a heavy focus on Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
Protesters chanted for a ceasefire and solidarity with the people of Ukraine. Chancellor Olaf Scholz said his government would support Ukraine with weapons.
But he also warned that war would hurt food prices. Many were also angry at the lack of accountability for police.
Regardless of the cause, May Day marches were a powerful symbol for the international labor movement. The May Day movement was started by the Second International, a socialist and labor party organization.
Its aim was to highlight the plight of workers, and the Haymarket Affair shaped the day. However, it was also a day to celebrate family and time off, with people protesting long hours and low wages.
In the U.S., the day is celebrated on the first Monday of September. Canada followed suit not long after.
The tradition of May Day marches in many countries has roots in Soviet times. Traditionally, it was associated with pagan festivals and rural celebrations.
But during the Cold War, the Soviet Union embraced it as a holiday, and believed it would rally workers against capitalism. Communist countries such as the Soviet Union made May Day a major public holiday and held parades presided over by top government functionaries.
These celebrations of May Day quickly gained international prominence. May Day in France.
The public holiday May Day is a popular way to celebrate workers' rights and raise awareness of the importance of working hours. In France, the day is marked with the gift of lily-of-the-valley flowers to loved ones.
This tradition dates back to the year 1561, when King Charles IX was only 10 years old. France also observes International Labor Day on May 1.
Lily-of-the-valley flowers, also known as dog roses, are widely available in stores and are given to loved ones. The May tree is sometimes placed on a public square in honor of newly elected officials.
Since elections in France take place in April, the laying of May trees is still customary. In some areas, individuals and labor organizations sell the flowers for this reason.
In some regions, they can do so without paying taxes or following retail regulations. In addition to the traditional May Day March, many other demonstrations are held across France.
Depending on the city, the largest may be organized by political parties or unions, or by far-left groups. In Paris, the march is the largest and is attended by millions of people.
In Rome, workers celebrate May Day in a very different way. They gather in the Piazza S.
Giovanni to celebrate the day. May Day in Canada.
While International Workers' Day is not officially recognized in Canada, it is still observed with parades and public gatherings across the country. In the 1920s, May Day was the largest holiday in Canada, with thousands of participants taking part in protests.
But until the 1950s, May Day in Canada was little more than an unofficial day. Today, however, it has become a popular holiday in Canada, with a long history of celebrations and protests.
May Day in Canada, also known as International Labour or Workers' Day, is an annual celebration commemorating the struggles of workers throughout the world. While it isn't a statutory holiday, it's recognized by workers in many countries as a way to honor the movement for a shorter workday.
In Canada, this holiday is celebrated on the first Monday of May, while Labor Day is celebrated in September. Many workers, however, view May Day as a sell-out holiday that exploits their labor.
Others view it as a co-optation of capitalism. In contrast, some radicals view it as a day of direct action, and believe it should be celebrated as such.
For this reason, they are urging workers to support May Day as a true workers' holiday and to consider it a day to celebrate their achievements. May Day in the United States.
In the early 20th century, workers around the world began observing May Day as an opportunity to rally against wage inequality. In the United States, workers began to hold official celebrations in 1916 when the 8-hour workday became a legal standard.
In 1923, workers began observing May Day in India, led by the Labour Kissing Party of Hindustan. The May Day celebrations gradually evolved into a national holiday.
While May Day is widely celebrated across the world, most Americans don't know about its origins. They think of communist countries when they hear the term International Workers' Day.
In fact, May Day actually originated in the United States, and it owes its name to a pre-Christian celebration of fertility and rebirth. Although many Americans aren't aware of its origins, this holiday is a day to celebrate the power of unions and workers.
In 1886, the Haymarket Affair in Chicago symbolized the importance of the working class internationally. Today, May Day celebrations are not solely about recognizing the working class but also celebrating a day of rest and family time.
In the United States, May Day also marks the start of summer and may also serve as a time to catch up on chores and enjoy family time. The holiday is also observed throughout the world as International Labor Day.
May Day in Great Britain. May Day in Great Britain is a public bank holiday that falls on the first Monday in May.
The holiday is traditionally associated with celebrations of spring and the maypole. The occasion also often includes the crowning of a May king.
Since the 1978 Banking and Financial Dealings Act, the holiday is now a national holiday. This day is also celebrated in many other countries in Europe.
The origin of the holiday dates back to ancient traditions. Celts and Romans celebrated a festival called Beltane on the first day of May, marking the midway point between spring and summer.
This celebration echoes the pagan festival of Samhain. While the Christian Church was initially opposed to the holiday, it gradually morphed into a secular celebration.
The day was originally a festival celebrating the cycle of seasons and the work of labor. The celebration also included the growing and harvesting of flora.
The celebration spawned a number of works of art. In fact, John Lydgate's poem Mumming at Bishopwood celebrates the occasion.